Hey, folks, I wanted to talk about acting like an adult. I was talking with my 14-year-old son this morning, and we were talking about warfare. He's 14, he's into, military stuff, Call of Duty, etc. But he's also into military history. Um, but we were talking about warfare and why is it necessary here in the 21st century. It started off, we were talking about, he was wanting to tell me what 10 years from now the future foot soldier is going to be carrying. Lots of electronics, et cetera, et cetera. And I said, well, really, 10 years from now, it's probably going to be a lot less boots on the ground and a lot more drones in the air. And then we got into the subject of, well, why do we need to have warfare anyway? The resources are available. We got plenty of oil. We got plenty of power. We got plenty of food. And I know, there's billions of people who don't have enough to eat. Well, that's because we've put the people in charge of food distribution. They're psychopaths. So what I was trying to express to him was that if we change the way we act as adults and quit this, I'm bigger and badder so I can take what I want, and we started acting like human beings that really gave a damn about each other and wanted everybody to survive and thrive. See, I'm not really competitive. I want everybody to win. If we could get to that point, we wouldn't need to have wars over resources, wars over politics. If we just acted like humans and acted like adult humans instead of childish humans, we could probably solve a lot of the world's major problems without too much difficulty. And I guess the question becomes, how much human blood do we have to spill before we learn to act like adult human beings? Instead of conquest and power and fighting over resources that realistically are pretty abundant, why don't we start striving to become the best version of humanity that we can be? Imagine if we took all this wonderful technology we're coming up with right now and utilized it to, instead of create drone swarms that drop bombs on people, maybe we start using this technology that we're so wildly advancing and use it to become the best humans we could be. We could have peace. Everybody could be relatively content. And if we all worked at improving our fellow man instead of it being all about me, 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 at some point fairly quickly, we don't need war anymore. I mean, really. Between the technology and the availability of resources, we could feed, clothe, house every man, woman, and child on this planet, and it really wouldn't cost that much money. I think they figured it out and figured out, how much would it actually cost, and I think it was less than the price of Twitter. What did Elon pay? $44 billion? Well, for that kind of money, we could start solving a lot of human problems. And if we don't change the way we think about the problems and how to solve them, well, we're going to remain in this subhuman state where, there's a lot of chest thumping and fighting over shit that doesn't need to be fought over anymore. You know, I see it in traffic all the time. Everybody's just out for themselves. You know, have you ever seen somebody that, that asshole in traffic? He's jockeying back and forth, trying to get one more car ahead, one more car ahead. If we could get away from that mentality, we could solve a lot of the problems in the world. Don't be competitive. It ain't all about you. It ain't all about what you can do. He who dies with the most toys wins is a terrible way to go through life. The society that feeds and clothes and houses all of its people, that's the society that goes forward and becomes something special. You know, I don't want AI creating art and doing all the writing. That's not what I want AI for. I want AI to go cut my fucking grass. That's what I want. Take away the labor part of my life and let me work on becoming the best I can be. And if we could all get around to that and start thinking in those terms, man, what could we achieve? Just imagine. Y'all leave a comment below. Tell me what you think. Do we really need war? What's it good for?